Welcome to the adventures of Grandpa Nick. This week we're going to build a tinker's tent. Hiya, it's Grandpa Nick. This week is not a story. This week I'm going to teach you how to make a tinker's tent. You can make one in the garden with the grown-ups, and I'm going to show you how to make one. Now, tinker's tent is normally half a circle, it's half a dome. So if we look at my kettle, you can see this is a circle. This is called the circumference, and across here is called the diameter. If we find a spot in the middle, so it's half of the diameter, that's called, so right in the middle to the outside, that's called the radius. So if we take that measurement, that will make a circle, and that's how I'm going to show you how to make a tinker's tent. So I've got 10 or 12 of these sticks. Now the beauty of these sticks is they're quite bendy. So this one is from a privet. You could use willow or anything else. Before you cut them down, make sure you get permission. But this is what we're looking for. There's something that's got a good bend to it. Now then, because Grandpa Nick wants to be able to lay down in the tinker's tent, we're going to need to find out what the radius is. So if I just bring it to here with this marking stick, this will be the radius, because that's half of the height of Grandpa Nick. So what we're going to do, we're going to mark our centre, and then we're going to slowly mark round. So the idea is, I've got one stick here, this is my master stick, and we pop that in there like that. That's my master stick. And then we come out here with the stick, and I get the first pole, and that goes to here. There you go. Now the idea is we then pick our stick up and we go across, pick up the next bendy stick. You'll notice they're all the same height. So I'm going to stick this one here, trust Grandpa Nick to find the only rock in the garden. So that is now the diameter. So then I'm going to get my marking stick and come backwards, and with my third pole, make sure this one is in the middle, in the distance between the two, and then push that one in. So that's 3, and then I'm going to go halfway between the two. There we go. Oh, Grandpa Nick's found a stone. There you go. There's that one. And we need one more. And this is going in. Let's have a look. Get this right in the middle between the two. There you go. And I've made sure I push them all in about that deep. So I've got my 5 poles, and what I want to do is the 2 front ones I'm going to overlap like so. Now if we were in the jungle, or if we were in the forest, what we could use is some ivy. So we strip the ivy off, and we can use this, we call this cordage. So we can wrap these over like this, and I'm not going to make it too big today. Now we can either use the cordage, or if you've got somebody to help you, you can use cordage, or if you want, you can use rope, cable ties, even sellotape. So I've got some cordage. I'm just going to bend these over about this far, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this end up first. very quickly. I'm going to tie that up. No special knot. It's a Grandma Val knot. I'm going to tie that up like so. There's one. And I'm going to get the second one. I'm just going to wrap that one up, and now I'm just going to wrap this one again. So that's the basic shape, as you can see, half a circle. There you go. So that's the start. Now I've got a little, luckily I've got a little bit of a loop here. So the idea is, with a bit more cordage, I'm just going to slowly bring these over like so, and then each one I'm just going to feed into this loop. There you go. And then slowly bring them over, feed them through that loop. I'm actually just wrapping round each one so they're all tying up to each other, and I carry on doing this. So we've got the rough shape of the half dome, so a little bit wobbly at the moment. We could, if we were just staying temporarily, we could throw a little bit of a camouflage tarp over the top, but I want to show you how to make it stronger with cross bracing. So the idea is, these are slightly thinner, still bendy. The idea is I am going to attach these, tie these to about here. So I'm going to do one about a third up. And you see how I'm tying between them, and that helps to pull it up. There you go. So it doesn't have to be any fancy knots. So what I've done is, this one's gone on the inside, because what you could do is, if you were going to stay a long time, you could thread loads of these through here to give it real strength. Because I'm just staying for the day, all I'm going to do is just put a small bracing on it. So, go around like that. So, I've done this second layer, which I've intertwined, and I'm just going to finish this last one off. Now remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, because all these sticks will bend in different ways. Just crisscrossing it, and then just tying some knots on the outside. Now I'm going to just cut off all the little straggly bits. So I've covered mine in what's called camouflage scrim. You could use a tarpaulin. You can even ask some grown-ups if you can have a couple of sheets to put over. That would work just as well. If you were in the jungle, then what I would do is I would get loads of branches with leaves, and I would thread them all through to make it waterproof. But for today, all I want to do is protect myself from the sun. And keep a lookout for sand pirates. I'll see you next week for another amazing adventure with Grandpa Nick.